Love it or loathe it, Samsung does not want to give up on its in-house Exynos semiconductors. After sticking to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 SoC just for the Galaxy S24 Ultra and utilizing an Exynos 2400 processor for its lesser siblings in overseas markets, Samsung went all in on the Snapdragon 8 Elite for the Galaxy S25 series this year. For 2026's Galaxy S26 range, reports say Samsung may double down on Exynos, preferring the usage of its in-house processor over Qualcomm's. A fresh rumor mirrors this assertion, but with a twist. Leaker Jukanos Reeve says that Exynos 2600 is definitely back, with Samsung utilizing it for the Galaxy S26. The problem is that the business will have limited supplies of the chip, replicating a situation that it encountered with the Exynos 990. As a reminder, Samsung employed the Exynos 990 within the foreign models of the Galaxy S20 and Note 20 series. It only utilized Qualcomm's SoC within the variations offered in the US, China, and Canada. Considering the leaker's allegation that Samsung has restricted stocks of the Exynos 2600, this would still equate to a rather wide launch. Samsung will likely have access to limited quantities of the Exynos 2600 owing to yield challenges with its foundry and its 2nm node. So if anything, we expect to see the next flagship Exynos processor being utilized just on the Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus, with the Ultra sticking to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite 2 CPU. Before the Galaxy S25's introduction, speculations concerning Samsung's choice of processor were all over the place. For months, sources pointed to the business working hard to enhance Exynos 2500 yields, hoping to incorporate it in the 2025 flagships. Ultimately, it did not materialize, with Samsung deploying the Snapdragon 8 Elite across all variations and models of the phone globally. Despite this, Samsung seems to still have ambitions for the Exynos 2500, with recent reports pointing to its inclusion in the upcoming budget-friendly Z Flip FE. The business did something similar last year, powering the S24 FE with the Exynos 2400. Since Samsung's high-end Exynos CPUs fall short of Qualcomm's flagships in terms of both power and efficiency, the firm could be better suited conserving them for its FE series. Using them in its flagship phones causes its image more damage than good. Samsung may not bring its HP9 sensor to the S26 Ultra next year, but the newest rumor indicates that the HP2 located within the S25 Ultra will not be a part of the company's flagship optic arsenal in 2026 either. In actuality, this specific suggests that another sensor that is roughly the same size as the HP2 will be utilized, and it is one that incorporates a different pixel structure and a lens. Given what we have heard about the S26 Ultra over the previous couple of weeks, several camera technology that Samsung abandoned might make a reappearance, implying that the update could be worth waiting for. For those who may not recall, Samsung has maintained the HP2 since the S23 Ultra, and after 3 generations of witnessing the same primary shooter receive a little tinkering with every flagship release, we can all agree that it was time for an overdue upgrade. We have claimed that the S26 Ultra would include variable aperture technology, implying that Samsung will likely replace the lens unit on the main sensor. The moving components alone may require the corporation to utilize a camera other than the HP2, which is why the rumor might have made this claim. On X, Panda Flash Pro has stated that the camera would include a modified pixel arrangement, which might boost the quantity of light collected by these individual pixels, with the revised structure also enabling the HP2-like sensor to churn out more detailed photographs. The report does not go in depth regarding the benefits that the Galaxy S26 Ultra will have with this enhanced hardware. However, another probable modification coming to the flagship is that instead of 4 primary cameras like the ones on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, one S26 Ultra prototype is being tested with 3 of them. However, the same prototype boasts a larger battery, and paired with the variable aperture lens, there is a potential that Samsung may accomplish the same adaptability with only 3 cameras. Of course, it is crucial to remember that the corporation runs a number of prototypes through their paces, so it is not inevitable that this one will make the cut to the mass production line. It is vital that you approach this rumor with a grain of salt, and we will be back with further details. A fresh rumor, published by a tipster on X, indicates that the Samsung S26 Ultra won't contain two 200-megapixel sensors, as some had anticipated. The insider also hinted at further facts concerning the camera characteristics. Let's break them out. When questioned about potential camera changes, the informant mentioned that Samsung might be testing a new sensor for the 3x telephoto lens, replacing the previous 10-megapixels one. That's fantastic news for those of us who've been waiting for a zoom bump. A fan inquired whether this was another cost-cutting measure, and the tipster answered, "Nah, test chipset only supports single 200 megapixels camera." So it sounds like the choice could be connected to the processor Samsung's working with, Snapdragon 8 Elite 2. There's also speculation of a potential 50 megapixels 8x lens, but the tipster knocked it down with a simple nah. That said, the recent camera specifications leak derived from two trustworthy smartphone industry sources was disputed in the current submission. If the rumors hold true, we're looking at a strong single 200 megapixels primary camera, maybe combined with an enhanced 3x telephoto lens. Samsung's camera game has always been excellent, and a new sensor might bring improved images and zoom quality. This is all based on early leaks, and things might change by the time the S26 Ultra comes in 2026. Samsung is currently testing prototypes, so we'll have to wait and see what they finalize for their next large camera flagship smartphone. An unhappy Samsung expert has filed a petition on change.org to demand Samsung Mobile to reintroduce the Bluetooth S Pen for S26 Ultra after Samsung deleted Bluetooth capabilities from the new Samsung S25 Ultra stylus. Jeff Springer, who owns and manages the specialized Samsung news blog SamiGuru, has filed a change.org petition in protest to Samsung's decision to remove Bluetooth from the S25 Ultra's S Pen, which formerly provided remote control of the UI and camera. The petition has already garnered some momentum, with more than 3,200 signatures at the time of writing. In the petition's description, Springer writes of his dissatisfaction at Samsung's decision. "For me, and for numerous others, this feature was not just a novelty. It was a functional, important tool that differentiated the Samsung from other smartphones on the market. We ask Samsung Mobile to listen to their customer base and integrate useful comments into their product development process." As we previously reported, it did appear like Samsung might be shifting course on the S Pen decision. A footnote in an official Samsung blog claimed the business would be selling Bluetooth-enabled S Pens separately, but this turned out to be a mistake. Alter.org petitions have no legal or official consequence in any jurisdiction, but may be valuable tools in putting pressure on organizations and corporations to alter direction. However, it's definitely distressing to see Samsung's highest-tier phone lose features. As our Samsung S25 Ultra review notes, this is otherwise the ultimate zenith of Samsung's smartphone manufacturing skills, so any apparent dent in that image might seem like a big blow. From that viewpoint, I can sincerely empathize with Springer and the petition's other signatories. However, if the Bluetooth capabilities of the S Pen really were unpopular, then it may have been worthwhile to cut this lesser-used capability in order to reallocate resources to the new 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera and class-leading Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, which the wider user base will get far more use out of. In any event, although the absence of S Pen connection may keep the S25 Ultra out of the hands of these 3,200 petitioners, it's unlikely to stop Samsung's newest premium flagship from gaining a position on our ranking of the greatest Samsung phones, best photography phones, and best phones overall. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.